Y'all know the name.
What's going on, guys? My name is Martinio and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. So, if you joined us in the last episode, and I really hope you did, but for those of you who didn't, there's a card, if I remember to do it, in the top right hand corner. You can go watch that. Highly recommended because there are going to be spoilers. But if you joined us in the last episode, you will have seen that we just about won the League Cup, and it was amazing. And like I said it in the episode. You can't write that stuff. The last minute, we'd gone behind twice, and we came back, and in the last minute, we snag a winner. Absolutely amazing. So, in addition to winning silverware for the first time in this save, we've also got European football guaranteed for next season. We're going in the third qualifying round, I think it is. Unless we can finish in the league where we go in at the group stage automatically. But we've still got plenty of games to go, so that's a possibility. But again, regardless of what happens, we will definitely have some European football next season, even if it's just 2 games, depending on how the draw goes. So in today's episode, what we're going to be doing is, I've come back a little bit earlier than I said I would. I said I'd be coming back for the Man United game, and we are still going to live-com that game, but that's going to be the next episode. So today's live-com is going to be our trip to the Emirates Stadium to face Arsenal. And there's a little bit of news to get through following the League Cup and the 2 games that have passed since then as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump straight into some highlights. And we start off with our home tie at home to Crystal Palace. And this was a bit of a back and forth game, if I'm being honest. Took a little while to get going, but once it did, it just opened up really. Andros Townsend bagged the opener with a very, very good free kick. But Palace's lead didn't last very long, as 3 minutes later, Kemar Roof got himself on the score sheet again. From via a Xavi cross, I think it was, pulled it back. And then we took the lead 7 minutes later. Jordan Larson once again getting on the score sheet to make it 2-1. But then it was our turn to basically feel what it's like to lose a lead so quickly. As I don't know what Carl Bartley was doing. He just completely missed his header, dropped straight to Christian Benteke, and he finished it very, very confidently. The second half was quite quiet actually. There wasn't much in way of action. But we did get a winner, and it was Xavi who got it. I was kind of annoyed because I thought it should have been a penalty, but then Xavi stepped up and just banged it top corner, and that got us all 3 points. And it was a relatively even game, but I think we just edged it and just about deserved it, and it kept our very, very good run of recent form going. So our next tie was due to be our FA Cup quarter-final against whoever won the replay between Newcastle and Sunderland. They drew the first time out of the Stadium Light. I think it was 0-0 or 1-1. I'm not too sure. But in the replay, it was Sunderland who got the job done. So it wasn't easy. Mitrovic opened the scoring with a minute gone. And Dong equalised with about 10 minutes of the half left. And then 92nd minute, Jai Quintongo breaks Newcastle hearts and sends Sunderland into the quarter-finals and books their trip to Ellen Road. But any hopes of an FA Cup semi-final were brought to a very shuddering halt as we ran out 4-0 winners. Kylian Mbappe opened the scoring from the penalty spot after Tommy Hoban had brought down Kemar Roof. And then 3 minutes later, Mbappe added a second, and what was his 12th goal of the season, I believe, to give us a very good lead going into the interval. The second half brought much of the same as well, and eventually we bagged a third goal. Federico Ricci with a lovely chip to find Liam Bridcut's surging run, and the finish was absolutely sublime. Top corner, keeper's not saving that. However, there was a little bit of a sting in the tail as Conor Hurricane got sent off with about 15 minutes left to go for his second bookable offence after he fouled Paddy McNair. But any worries or fears about a possible Sunderland fight back were quickly extinguished as Kemar Roof got himself on the score sheet to make it 4-0 and to put our place in the semi-finals, and I think we were very, very good value for it. I don't think the stats necessarily reflect how dominant we were in this game, but from start to finish we were pretty much just running rampant really. And once that first goal went in, the floodgates opened, as you can see, and we've got another trip to Wembley to look forward to. And the three teams that will be joining us in the FA Cup semi-final draw were West Ham United, Manchester United and Leicester City. As you can see, West Ham beat Reading by 2-0 to book their place. Manchester United needed penalties to get past Everton at Old Trafford, so I don't know whether it was a weakened side or just an off day for them, but it could have gone either way. You know what penalty shootouts are like. And Leicester City pulled off quite credible 3-2 win away to Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. Neither side have been very, very good this season, but Swansea have been better than Leicester, let's just say that. So I'm a little bit surprised at this. I don't know whether Swansea fielded again a weakened side with their concern more on survival than a cup run. And the semi-final draw came out like this. So West Ham United will face Manchester United in what is the second or Sunday semi-final. But the first semi-final has Leicester City facing ourselves, and this is probably the more favourable draw. We've been really lucky with the cup draws, especially in the FA Cup, because Leicester City will be the first Premier League side we faced. In the other rounds, we've had Blackburn, which I believe are in the Championship still. We've had Fulham, which are in the Championship. We had Coventry, which are in League One. And in the last round, we had Sunderland, who are also in the Championship. So when it comes to the draws, we've had the rub of the green, but this one's going to be a much tougher game. We do owe them one. We did beat them in the first game of the season, but then in the reverse tie, we lost that one 2-0, I think it was. So I'm confident we've got a very, very good chance of getting to another cup final. And what's really funny, what really has me kind of laughing about this, is it's another trip to Wembley. And when you count the fact that we've been away to Spurs in the league, who are playing their home games at Wembley, we've been away to Spurs in the second leg of the League Cup, we've been to the League Cup final, we've now got a fourth trip to Wembley this season, with the potential for a fifth. That's probably more times than we've been to Wembley in our entire history in one season. I know two of them were due to the fact that Spurs are playing their home games at Wembley, but still, I find it kind of funny. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Sorry. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm confident, and ideally I would love to face Man United. That would be an epic finale to the season. Leeds United versus the Scumbags at Wembley with the FA Cup on offer. So before we jump into today's game, we have a little bit of news to get through. And the first bit of news is that we've had our new intake of youth players. And we've had a couple of okay ones, actually. And they are these two. Steve Marchant and Ralph Blake. Ralph Blake is the better looking of the two in terms of stats. Not a, giant forehead, ginger hair. Poor bastard. But yeah, he looks okay without being outstanding. He's got, the flair's all right. Excellent teamwork. Very, very good technique for someone of that age. Pace is okay as his first touch. Vision, work rate, aggression, agility is not too bad either. But the thing that worries me, and the reason I think we're not going to see him, for two reasons, would be he plays in a position that I don't use, so I'm going to have to retrain him. Whether he's got... and I don't know what to retrain him as, actually. Whether to be a forward or on the left wing or the right wing, because he is right-footed. And the other one is determination's only 5. So whatever potential he has, I don't know if he's going to actually make it. The coaches rate him highly, and he'll get his chance, of course. But at this point, I'm a little bit disappointed with this youth intake. We upgraded the youth facilities, and we haven't got anyone who I could say potentially could become a first team player, or is like, he's definitely going to be a first team player. Give him a couple of years, he'll be in the first team. We haven't got any players like that. Marchant again has the same problem, 5 determination, so that's disappointing. He's got good pace and natural fitness and agility and balance. His technique's okay for a 16-year-old. His work rate's pretty good. His first touch is also pretty good, but again, poor determination. Placed in a position that I don't use and I have no intention of using at this point. So we're going to have to retrain them. I'll probably start that at the end of the season when I've figured out what I want to do. But at the moment I'm a little bit disappointed, and it probably will mean that I'm getting rid of Daryl Pugh, who's our head of youth development, because it's just he's not very good. I mean, he's great with working with youngsters, but judging player ability and player potential, he's only a 12, so yeah, he's definitely going to go. I'm going to wait until the end of the season though to do it, because I don't want to kind of upset the apple cart with regards to the youth teams, because he probably has his finger in a number of pies with that in that regard. So he's going to be going at the end of the season, and there may be some other stuff going as well. So the other little snippets of news is that firstly, Jordan Larson picked up the Barclays Young Player of the Month for February after picking up 5 goals in 2 games, so he had an absolutely amazing February. He beat out Kylian Mbappe to that award and Marcus Rashford. And in the Goal of the Month for February, Kemar Roof somehow finished second behind Leonardo Alua, which was a little bit disappointing because Kemar Roof's goal against QPR was absolutely fantastic, but he'll have to settle for second place this time around. And on the subject of Kemar Roof, he actually came to me and asked for a new contract, which honestly I just can't afford, and I told him that we can't afford to do it, and he was fine with it. But Watford are sniffing around him. He does have an £11 million release clause in his contract, and he's now valued at close to 14 million. So there is a possibility that we may lose him, but if I get the opportunity, more than likely I will be offering him a new contract because he has done very well this season, partnering Jordan Larson. And the last bit of news is that we've lost 3 players to injury. So Giuseppe Bellusci picked up a double hernia in training, which is going to keep him out from anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks as things stand. So debatable as to whether we'll see him for the rest of the season. And on international duty, we actually lost Lewis Schaub to a pulled hamstring as well, which was really annoying as well because I think it was just a nothing friendly fixture. So that means that Federico Ricci's probably going to get a little bit of run in the side to cover him off. And also Alex Moat picked up a twisted ankle in training, which is going to keep him out for a couple of weeks as well. So a little bit disappointing. He has had a brilliant season, and with Conor Hourihane suspended, it was more than likely he was going to be on the bench for today's game. But with the injury, it means we're going to have to look at other options. But now our attention turns to today's live-com game, which is, as I mentioned, away to Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium in the league. So I'm going to jump into the game, and we're going to take a look at the teams, and we're going to see if we can keep our recent good run of form going. Here we are then, guys, at the Emirates Stadium just ahead of kickoff, and here are the lineups. So we're going to start with the home side first. So some bizarre choices in terms of the 11 for Arsenal. Maybe Arsene Wenger is actually losing the plot. So Szczesny starts in goal instead of Petr Cech. I'm not complaining, of course. Hector Bellerin at right back, Nacho Monreal at left back, with Callum Chambers and Per Mertesacker starting in the central defence. Normally it's Mustafi, so again, not sure about some of these selection choices, but it's not my team, they can do what they want. Xhaka and Coquelin are the centre of midfield partnership, with Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right wing, Alexis Sanchez on the left, with Mesut Ozil sitting behind Lucas. On the bench, as we've kind of touched on already, Petr Cech, Mustafi, Iwobi, Giroud, El Neni, Gibbs, and the useless Diego Costa, who joined in the summer for 21 million and hasn't done bugger all, from what I've seen anyway. For us, the back line is completely unchanged. Silvestri in goal, with Ferrani at right back, Xavi left back, Janssen and Bartley partnering each other in the centre of defence. Ronaldo Vieira comes in to replace the suspended Conor Hourihane, with Liam Bridcup partnering him in his regular ball-winning midfielder role. On the right of midfield, or the right wing should I say, Kylian Mbappe continues on there, with Federico Ricci coming in to replace Lewis Schaub, and the familiar up-front partnership of Kemar Roof in his false 9 role, and Jordan Larson in his poacher role. The bench, the same as business as usual really. Paul Lopez, Gaetano Berardi, Federico Di Marco, Johnny Mikel comes in given the suspension to Hourihane and the injury to Moat. Stuart Dallas, Kuki, who are put on the bench purely because he's left footed, so if I need to I can bug him there. He's not particularly good there, he's not, I'm not expecting him to do great things, but I just hate playing right footers on the left. I just hate doing it. It's a pet peeve of mine. So, yeah, he's in there for that reason alone. And Chris Wood rounds out the bench. In terms of the odds, though, and they're not really favourable for ourselves, as you would imagine, given that we're away from home against one of the big guns. So we're at 10 to 1, Arsenal at 1 to 6, so heavily favoured to win this game, with a draw at 1 to 5. The key battle, Jordan Larson's rich vein goal scoring form is faced with one of its sternest tests. So I agree with that. Definitely, he wasn't very good on the League Cup, but he's continued his goal running form recently. So with the exception of the League Cup final, he's been very, very good. Arsenal's key man, Alexis Sanchez, as you would imagine, he is second in the goal scoring charts at the moment, and ours strangely enough, is Xavi. Wing-back performs key defensive duties at the heart of the Leeds defence, and he's also bloody good at free kicks as well. So, decent instruction. I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to see what the assistant manager does. So, yeah, we're pretty much targeting Mesut Ozil because we don't like him, apparently. And we're also going to properly put it on Alexis Sanchez as well from the looks of it. And now time for the team talk. So, what do I do? What do I do? I think I'm just going to be calm. And I'm going to say we owe them. We do, because they beat us last time at home. And we could get a good response, actually. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm actually going to just calmly tell him, I've got faith in you. Give him a bit of faith, calm faith. So yeah, I'm confident going into this one. I'm going to leave the mentality as standard. I may switch it down to counter-attack at some point, but I'll leave it at that for the first 10-15 minutes, see how we do, and then if we need to, we'll change it up. But yeah, let's get it started. There we go, we're off. So here we go, Emirates Stadium. Looks pretty full. And like I said, a win for us would be good, considering we've got 3 games in hand over Everton above us and 2 games in hand against other teams above us, as Arsenal get us kicked off. So here's Ozil, and that's the end of that. So we've got a free kick. Here's Xavi. Can he bang it in? And he can! Yes! Come on! 1-0. I said it, didn't I? Bloody good at free kicks. He scored 5 goals last season, and that's his 3rd for this season. And it's from some distance as well. Definite goal of the season contender for me. He's just brilliant. He's just, oh, look at that. Who was that in the wall? Coquelin ducked. Chesney got a hand to it, but it doesn't matter. 15 minutes gone just about. Arsenal nil, Leeds 1, and we're on our way. So, second proper highlight, as Arsenal look to hit back quickly. Here's Lucas. Going out wide to Bellerin. Can he get across it? He can, and it's somehow found its way across the entire face of goal. Bartley gets up well. Ricky heads it on. Here's Kemar Roof. Finds Larson, who can drive at the defence. He's got Ricky in support. He has a shot though, and it's wide and lacking power and a bit disappointing. So we've got a corner now. It's Mbappe to take it. Goes towards the back post looking for Vieira, but it's headed clear by Mertesacker. Larson picks up the loose ball. Can he make something happen? He's in the area. Is he going to get fouled? No, he's going to get tackled by Chambers. Disappointing. And clears. Here's Alexis, who's already on a booking. And he skipped past Frowney. He skipped past Bartley. Oh, and Bartley's fouled him, and it's a penalty. Yeah, you can't see that happening, couldn't you? Frowney just went straight in and completely missed. And then Bartley got caught, and now he's on a booking. But we know how good Silvestri is at saving penalties, so let's see if he can save this one. It's going to be Lucas to take it, and he saved it. And Xavi clears. It was straight forward, straight at him, but it's a good save nonetheless. As now Arsenal have a corner. It's Ozil going towards the back post, looking at Mertesacker, who's free, but Silvestri gathers it, and we survive. And there's half time, so we've been pretty good value for it, I think. Obviously Bartley made the mistake and gave away a penalty, but Silvestri saved it. It wasn't a very good penalty, in fairness, was it? He went straight down the middle at him, and Silvestri just stood there, went, just pushed it away. So I'm just gonna. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I want to say just to keep it going. Just assertively say things are going well, but you're capable of even better. Or do I want to guard against complacency? Because they are going to come at us. I don't want to say nobody's expecting anything for us today, but I think we're going to go, don't get complacent. I think we're going to say that because we've been good. We just got to make sure we don't make any more mistakes. We've got away with the last one, so we just got to make sure we don't make any more mistakes. And seem to lose confidence. Why, Silvestre? Why? Why you do this? Yay, he's happy now. Good. And we'll just tell him to calmly just make sure he doesn't get another booking. Just calm you down a little bit. But apart from that, I'm not going to do anything else. I may move it to a counter-attacking thing. I didn't change it in the first half. I was toying with it in the last 15 minutes of the first half, but I didn't. So, yeah, let's hope we can have more of the same. Let's hope we can get a second goal. and if not a second, just hold on to this lead, because this will be a big win for us. As we get the first proper highlight of the second half, Chesney goes long. Bartley gets, Jansen gets up well. But Chamberlain picks up the loose ball. Here's Xhaka to Alexis. Goes out wide to Monreal, who chips it inside to Xhaka. Here's Chamberlain. There's a good tackle from Ronaldo Vieira, and now maybe we've got a chance to break. Oh, it's a lovely deep ball over the top for Jordan Larson. Can he bag another one? He can! Oh, what a finish. That's emphatic. 24th goal of the season. He's 17th in the league. And it's 2-0, and we've caught him on the counter. It was just a dink ball over, and he just got it on his chest, got it down, onto his left foot, and just, boom. Keeper just like, huh? That little look, what happened? Brilliant finish. Arsenal 0, Leeds 2, and now I am going to go to counter-attacking just to make sure we don't get caught. We've got a free kick first of all. Here's Ozil, and it's a brilliant goal. Bloody hell. Right, okay, we'll just calmly tell him to concentrate. Loki Doki and GWFM, Cheeky can't concentrate. So here's Ozil with a free kick. It's not a brilliant view from here, is it? Ah, it's good. Don't think it was as good as Chavi's though, but it was good. Arsenal 1, Leeds 2, and now they are properly going to come at us, I think. So I've just moved to counter-attacking, and we've got a throw in, or they've got a throw in, sorry. It's blocked. Ozil gets up Alexis, and it's 2-2. Oh, God. So yeah, we've just shopped a 2-goal lead inside of what, 5 minutes. It was a good block initially from I think it was Vieira. Ozil gets up. He's bloody tiny. How's he getting up there? And then Alexis. He's in very good form this season, but disappointing to lose the lead like this. Arsenal 2, Leeds 2, and we've got about 40 minutes left to go. And it's a throw into Arsenal. Goes down the line to Chamberlain. That's gone out, ref. Come on. Put your bloody head out. Here's Lucas. And he goes back to Coquelin. Comes out wide to Chamberlain. Shadowed by Xavi, though. Cross comes in. And it's nodded on. And brilliant save from Silvestre. Again, how the bloody hell is Alexis getting above you? He's like 4'9". Ozil with the corner. Just towards the near post. And Roof puts it out for another corner. It's going to be Ozil to take it again. Goes towards the centre spot. And it's up. And here's Silvestre gathering. And now it's another corner. Ozil looking towards the back post this time. And it's 3-2. God damn it. Mertesacker, second goal of the season for him. And it's terrible, isn't it? His corners all the while that are killing us. It really is. He goes in there, it's in a crowd. And he just gets up and Silvestre, oh, what are you doing? It's right out your hand. It's like, ugh. It's like Reagan in The Exorcist with that light behind it. Here's Larson now. We've got a highlight. Xavi with a shot. Oh, it's at the post. No! Ricky, why didn't you finish? What are you dawdling for, you prat? Okay, so we've got just over 25 minutes left. We're just at the post. I'm going to make some changes because Ronaldo Vieira is having a fucking mare. You know, he's just having a real mare. So I'm going to bring Johnny Mikel on. I'm also looking at Federico Ricky, but he's not done much, and neither is Mbappe either. I know they're good, but come on, guys, you've got to do better than this. Yeah, it's just we just dropped off. Don't get complacent. What do? They get complacent. We were 2-0 up, and we're now 3-2 down. It's a nightmare. So I'm gonna bring, I brought John Mikel off, and I'm gonna leave it another 5-10 minutes maybe until we got a quarter of an hour, and then I'll make my final 2 changes, I think. So it's just going to be Obi Mikel coming on for Ronaldo Vieira. So I'm making my final 2 changes, and it's going to be 2 attacking changes because Ricky and Mbappe have been terrible today. So I'm going to bring Kuki on purely because of his left foot, see if he can do anything. He's coming on for Ricky, and Stuart Dallas is going to come on from Mbappe. I'm just going to certainly just tell him, I'm going to tell Kuki that there's no pressure on you today. There isn't. So we've got about 15 minutes left of the game. Hopefully we can get an equaliser. But at the moment it's not looking good. So, another highlight. Here's Janssen going long. Oh, and Kemar Roof's got a bit of space. He's got Jordan Larson in support. What was that? I don't know who to blame, Roof or Larson, for that one. I don't know whether Larson just decided to stop running or Roof's ball was terrible. Roof's ball looked good though. That's a striker's dream. What are you doing? But now we've got another highlight and it's Arsenal with El Neni on the ball. Goes out wide to Monreal. Gets the cross in. Ozil, 4-2, game over. Fuck! We've had chances. We have. We've had chances. Xavi at the post and Ricky should have finished it, but he dawdled. And then that last one with Larson. And when you don't take chances against teams like Arsenal, this is the kind of thing that happens. We get punished. It was a good finish, but we were 2-0 up. And now we've shot 4 goals in about half an hour, so really disappointing. And we've got about 5 minutes left. And Dallas, what are you doing? Just in there like, oh, whoa, what's happening? Oh, the ball. Terrible. So it's a corner. We've got 2 minutes of added on time. Goes towards the near post. Kuki clears though, only as far as Lucas, who goes back out to Ozil. He comes back in. Oh, Mustafi hits the crossbar. And what are you doing? What are you stopping for? Well, we've got about 40 seconds left. Xavi's got a throw. Goes to Janssen. We're a bit penned in at the minute, but here's Mikel. And Janssen goes long. Can we maybe snag a No, we can't. We can't snag a consolation because we can't keep hold of the ball. Here's Ozil again, who's tormented us. Lucas, who hasn't really done much, but hasn't really had to with Alexis and bloody Ozil doing what they need to. And here's Alexis again. Ozil, ooh, and it's wide of the mark. And hopefully that'll end it. End this miserable afternoon. There it goes. Oh, I'm disappointed. We were so good in the first half. We got away with it. We got away with the penalty. We made a mistake and we got away with it. And then we went 2-0 up. And then we went to shit. Apologies about the language, but we did. So I'm just going to assertively say, I'm not going to say we were unlucky because we weren't. We weren't unlucky. We were crap. There's a difference. Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't know. I was considering not saying anything, but I've got to say something, ain't I? I'll just be calm and say I'm not pleased with it. Why do you seem demotivated? You were terrible. Terrible mistake cost us a goal. Defence was terrible. The only one who can claim any sort of a decent performance is Xavi, and I'm pretty sure that's just because he scored a goal. So, not pleased with what I saw from you. You two either. You were both crap. And both deserved to come off. I don't actually recall seeing either of these two on the ball at any point. I recall Ricky dawdling to that loose ball that came off the post, but apart from that. But there we go. That's the end of the episode. And on the look at the stats, they probably deserved it, but again, it's silly mistakes every time. So we're going to come back. What we're going to come back to next? I said we're going to do it. We're going to come back for the Man United game. Well, hopefully we're going to have a bit better fortune. So that's today's episode, guys. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, would like to see more of my team just completely capitulating, then go and hit that like button or the dislike button. Doesn't matter. They're the same thing, really. If you're new to the channel, you should make sure you subscribe. If you're new to the series, you can find the link in the description to the playlist, and you can start from the very beginning if you wish to. I did the same for GWFM's. I binged watched all of his videos for FM17 on Leeds United in like 2 days. Yeah, I've got nothing better to do with my time. But yeah, again, thank you everybody so much for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, stay cool, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side, where next time we take on the scumbags. Peace!